Listen to these statements and see the truth of it right now and here. Direct your attention to the silence outside. The silence, effortless, instantaneous. And you don't create it. Already existing. Sounds either we produce or somebody else somewhere. Your ears report the sound. Your ears do not produce the sound. Your ears report the silence. They don't produce the silence. Same way your eyes, they report the forms, the colors. Eyes do not produce the forms or colors. Eyes also report the formless space. They don't produce space. Ever existing. Nobody creates it. You build a home, you don't create space. You produce sound, you don't produce silence. Same principle within. Direct your attention to yourself. If you look within, your thoughts come and go. Like sounds begin and end. Thoughts begin and end. Your self-awareness, the absolute meaning of the word I, always the same. Just like the name silence. The name silence is a word. When you say that, it is a sound, silence. But what it stands for is neither a name nor a sound. The word silence is a name. While speaking, it is a sound. But what it stands for, nameless, soundless, effortless, ever existing. Same way in yourself. The word I is a name, a sound, a thought. What it stands for, nameless, formless, thought-free. Then I can't say anything. If I say thought-free, awareness becomes another name. Be that nameless existence. At any moment of happiness, you are with yourself. And whenever you are with yourself, you are happy. If any moment of happiness you are with yourself, in any moment of so-called unhappiness, you lose sight of yourself. Just see that principle. Always existing, not known to people because of ignorance, like your ears hear the sound, report the sound, but while listening to the sound, you don't remember your ears. That does not mean ears don't exist. While seeing things, you don't remember your eyes. That does not mean eyes don't exist. While taking your food, enjoying the taste, you forget the tongue. That does not mean the tongues don't exist. Same way within. Being with thoughts, memories of all kinds. You don't remember yourself, are not aware of yourself. That does not mean you don't exist. The words just reveal the truth, who you are. Just be that. Be that stillness, awareness, the absolute meaning. Living is being the absolute and playing all relative roles. Play acting through life, being who you are and playing whatever roles need to be played. while playing the roles, you are always aware of yourself. The happiness, the love, the self, divine, all one and the same. Sahana bhavatu. Sahano bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavaditamastu. Ma vidyushavahai. Om Shanti. 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 So friends, I hope all of you are thinking over these exciting ideas. It's all about yourself. You don't have to go somewhere else to find it, to see it. You know, when we study science in school, there is a theory class and there is a practical class. In theory class, they will tell you, if you put manganese dioxide with hydrochloric acid, or that will be, or sulfuric acid, I forgot my chemistry. If you put it up together, then oxygen will come. That is the theoretical study in the science class, chemistry class. Then you go to the chemistry laboratory, mix up the powder and put the sulfuric acid in it, and then the gas starts coming. You collect in a trough, then you experiment on it. Dying ambers, dying matchstick, poof, flares up. With oxygen is combustible. Excited. There is a theory class and there is a practical class. In this knowledge, sometimes we are given that type of idea. Yeah, Vedanta is only theory, practically you have to do somewhere, Your theory and practice are one and the same time, right now and here. Because your mind, friends, is a mobile laboratory. Never ever stay with that type of stupid idea which usually the so-called practitioners will practice and proclaim. Why? Because they want to gain clientele. Upanishads are all theory classes. Here when you study these things, they are only theory. The practice is only when you sit down and hold your nose or stand on your tail, something like that. Or meditate, do something. No. Please appreciate. Here, the theory, practice, both at the same time. When you are talking about your mind, you don't have to look at it at some other time. When you are talking about happiness, you don't wait for some time. It's now and here. You have to see it for yourself. Your mind is a mobile laboratory. That is why Shruti, I told you the first day, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhav. Scriptural declaration says you are the happiness, you are the absolute. Logically convincing. Really am I the happiness? Yet any moment of happiness I am with myself. Not only that, object of love is source of joy. Whom do I love? It is myself I love. I must be source of happiness. Right away you see that. And that is taken into account with your experiences. Your experiences are taken into account to help you understand, just like a disease. Please appreciate. Just like a disease. A doctor, the doctor asks you about the symptoms. Are you getting that point? The doctor is asking you about the symptoms. And what is the symptom? When you say, I am having a fever, the doctor will ask you, what type of fever you are having? When do you get it? I think sometimes only in the morning. Do you get it every day? No, not every day. No, sometimes night only it comes, not every day, but one day after another day. High temperature? Yes, high temperature. Oh, so it is not cold fever, it must be malaria. Why? Because malaria comes alternate days. They ask you for the symptoms, please understand. When I ask you for the symptoms, then from the symptoms he makes out this is what it is. So your anubhava, your experience is taken into account to decide what type of disease you are suffering. He asks you, how do you feel? What is your pain? If you say your pain is in head, will he touch your toe? But sometimes some people have got a peculiar disease, like a Sardar. One day he goes to a hospital. When he goes to the hospital, the doctor asked him, what is your problem? He said, I have a pain. Then he said, okay, he asked him, touch it. Where is your pain? You touch, he asked, touch your thighs. Oh, painful. What about your chest? Oh, painful. What about your head? Oh, painful. How can it be always painful? Doctor then, suddenly doctor touched his hand here and said, painful? No. He said, you touch it? Oh, painful. He said, fool, your finger is hot. If your finger is painful, wherever you touch it, it will be painful. So like that, the person who is touching the world with a painful mind, everywhere will be miserable. Your mind is miserable. You are unhappy, stupid, frustrated. Therefore, whomsoever you come across, it's a beautiful morning, what shall you say? Too much of sunlight. Suppose it is raining, I don't know why these rains are there. Because you are such a grumpy young man or old man, doesn't matter. You are a grumpy person. So anything goes all right also is useless. Why? Because you are in a bad mood. Reading that. And when you are in a good mood, suppose you are in love now. You wanted somebody to look at you, he or she looked at you. Ooh, you are in the heavens. And that time somebody says, what is the weather? Excellent. Beautiful. But there is no food. Does it matter? Oh, such accept. Because you are in a best mood in the world. So everything is okay. And when you are in a dump mood, everything is stupid. Okay? Anyway, so doctor asks you for symptoms. Taking into account the symptoms, they say you have got this disease or that disease, right? Now same way, your experience is taken into account. When you are unhappy, what happens? You know it. When it is unhappy means what? Missing. Yes, I am missing. That is why you are unhappy. The thoughts are driving me crazy. Yeah, that is right. So average man's solution is, as I told you, when the thoughts go away, you are happy. So most of the time, people will be emphasizing on removal of thoughts. Most of the time. That is why escapism has been perfected to an art form. In the secular world, escapism has been perfected to an art form. How you can escape? And more deceptive is religious escapism, because there is a philosophy behind it. Suppose you escape into movie, people will say, why are you going to movie? Don't waste your money on a movie. But suppose you go to a meditation camp, nobody can tell you anything. Why? It's a meditation camp, Why? That is another escapism. Because while coming back, after coming back, what do you say? The camp was beautiful. The camp must let you know you are beautiful. You don't go to a teacher to know that teacher is wonderful. If the teacher is right, he doesn't need your certificate. You come to classes to know not that the teacher is wonderful or the scripture is wonderful. I am wonderful. You walk out. You understand? That is the wisdom. So your experiences are taken into account. Are you getting that point, please? So, same thing also in case of, just like in physical diseases, they have got the symptoms of various diseases. So many different types of diseases. That is why when you read the symptoms, some people are hypochondriac. They think they have every disease. They read that book, finished. They think they have all the diseases in the world. Think. So there are symptoms. Unhappiness also symptom. That is why people also go on branding themselves. I think I am very unhappy. I am a depressive maniac. I am schizophrenic. I am stupid. I think I am very, low, low self-esteem. I am not telling a joke. Everybody is branding himself. That is why psychology is a brand master most of the time. Because you come to appreciate your weaknesses. All the time weaknesses. Disease. The person is branding himself. I am so unhappy, so miserable, so frustrated. All these ideas, please understand. When it is coming, you brand yourself this way, brand yourself this way, that way. When you are doing that, please think of it. You are branding yourself. Because you read these things, you are branding. Now, once you are branded, it is like getting trapped in that particular branding, getting trapped in that particular image, just like branded by a faith. Nobody is born branded by a faith. You pick up the faith, but you are so well branded, now you have picked up a solid identity. I am the follower of this or follower of that. Now, tired of all these things, you come to religious things. Then you say, I belong to this meditation group. I belong to this particular group. Then what are you doing? You are leaving one branding to get branded by another person. Are you getting that? That is why your problem is not solved. Your problem is continuous. What is solution is you don't get yourself branded. You see yourself who you are. That is why your absolute identity. You understand? Relative identities are brandings. All the different brandings. In relation to my father, I am a son or a daughter. In relation to my husband, I am a wife. In relation to wife, I am a husband. In relation to school, I am educated, not educated. In relation to body, man or woman. In relation to a faith, I am this or that. So when you come to recognize yourself who you are, listen carefully. When you come to recognize yourself who you are, it is not a branding. It is something who you are, not what you have. Therefore, in your absolute identity, when you come to a teacher, he doesn't brand you new. A new convert is always more dangerous. Why? Because conversion means what? From one role, he is going into another role. So whichever role he takes away, he can't say that role is bad. Because if he says it's bad, then why did you convert? That is why converts, all converted fellows are greater fanatics. All the faithful fellows will be fanatics, but converted ones will be more fanatic. Whereas in case of this knowledge, nobody converts you to something, helps you to be yourself, bas. You don't have to defend. Do you understand that point? You don't have to defend anything. You don't have to defend a role. You don't defend a faith. You don't have to defend a God. You don't defend a book. Why? Well, I am happiness. Who are you? I am the happiness. Why? Because I am the happiness itself. You are also happiness. You are questioning me, you are also happiness. The fellow will not know what to do. Whereas if you say, I am follower of this or follower of that, then there is a huge division. That is why religion, instead of uniting, it divides. So that type of religion is religion, please understand, which helps you to know who you are and not get you branded. That knowledge is knowledge which helps you to know who you are but doesn't give you a separate identity. That is why this truth of yourself, absolute knowledge. Okay? So these are there are many symptoms. So your experiences are taken into account. Now come, yesterday I was telling you, as you have seen by now, what you want in life is happiness. Where is the address? In myself. If it is so, I am the happiness. How do I get the happiness? Two types of gain I was talking about. I will elaborate, discuss it step by step. Please see. Two types of gain in life. One is gaining something which is not yet gained. We'll discuss that. Please see. After that, we'll get into the text. But please see. This whole morning I'll discuss nicely. And this evening we'll have a question answer, which almost so much is there, no problem. So when you are asking the questions, please think over all that I have told from the day one to today. Only that much. Don't worry about God. Don't worry about that. When I touch that topic, we'll discuss. So don't worry about it. But what so far we have discussed, on that subject, if you have a question, you ask it. Okay? Now please see. So there are two types of gain in life. One is apraptasya prapti, to gain something which is not yet gained, and praptasya prapti, to gain something which is already gained. If you look at the human behavior, our life, we shall see, all of us, almost always, are striving for things that are not yet gained. In relation to the subjects that we have covered, you can see, when happiness is already gained, happiness is already gained, comforts are something which are yet to be gained. Take that language, okay? The happiness is something which is already gained. Happiness is something already everybody's nature. You can say, Swamiji, how do you say that? You look at your own experience. Every child, every person is always happy unless otherwise stated. Are you getting the statement? Unless otherwise stated, you are always happy. That is why somebody asks you, how did you do today? What is your answer? What is the first immediate answer? Fine. Don't ask more. Once he says fine, get away. Because if you wait, he will start his story. Then he will on. That will be never ending. But the first thing comes first. How are you? Fine. No, please see that. It's a natural state. Do you believe or no? Do you know it or no? Please see. It is natural. Tell me, friends, it's so nice. If you go on observing yourself, it becomes so exciting, you know. You have a hunger, you have hungerlessness, right? You have hunger, you have hungerlessness. Which one lasts longer, hungerlessness or hunger? In a 24 hours day, how long you are hungry? Half an hour before breakfast, half an hour before lunch, half an hour before dinner. 1.5 hours, 3 hours, you are hungry. Okay? 21 hours, you are hungerless. Now, which one you recognize more? Do you recognize hunger more or the hungerlessness more? Hunger. Right? See how majestic we are? Wonderful people. You live with a man or woman. 20 years you are living with him or her. 19 years, 6 months, why 6 months? So 19 years, 9 months, not really, 11 months, 20 days, fine. 10 days here and there. Once in after marriage, one day you had a heavy fight. After 4 or 5 years, you had a fight over your children. After some time, you have fight over an affair. After 5-10 days, you have fought very well. 19 years, 11 months, 20 days, there was no problem. Which one you remember? Huh? I am not a married man. Forget marriage, no marriage. In a relationship, don't say, married people are only problem. Married, unmarried man, who says that? Unmarried man, married man's problem, right? It's a headache. Think. Jokes apart, friends. You lived with a person for years. One day somebody fought. One day she was stupid. One day he was useless. Rest of the life you don't forget. One thing. Happiness nobody remembers. Unhappiness everybody remembers. Are you getting that point, please? You have been eating food. You don't care. One stone comes and breaks your tooth. Remember for life. Are you getting that? Happiness is something so normal, so natural. Just see why our behavior is like that. So nice. Everybody is always wonderful unless stated otherwise. You are happiness. But then what happens is, not knowing, that is, children are always happy. Adults look for the company of the children. Why? So that they can forget their miseries. The child is always happy. The child is always smiling. So cute. You understand? Why do you like dogs? Everybody likes dogs. Why? I mean, something amazing, that animal. Now don't cry, somebody must be remembering his dog. Don't worry, simply. No. Animals are so beautiful, so much giving in a sense, nothing. Any time you go, the dog is available. Has no moods. So sweet. Always up. So you want to, whenever you are tired, you go for the dog. And the dog makes you forget everything. It's so nice. Animals, human beings, babies, same thing also, you are always happy. But not knowing what has happened is now, when you have equated comfort with the happiness, our problem begins. The comforts are what? All that is yet to be gained. All the comforts are yet to be gained. Happiness is already gained. Are you getting that? Happiness is already gained. That is your nature. Always happy with yourself. Like silence is always there. Sounds are yet to be created. Space is already existing. Buildings are yet to be built. Same principle. Are you getting that? Absolute principle. Your happiness is already there. Your comforts are yet to be gained. So when you are getting that comfort, by what? Education, money, wealth, things, you are getting your comfort. What happens? Gained in time, lost in time. Cannot escape that. That is the flaw. If it is gained in time, apraptasya prapti means if it is gained in time, it will be subject to loss in time. Even that awareness is not given to us. That if it is gained in time, will be lost in time, that awareness is not given to us. What is romantic novel? The boy meets a girl, then you walk into sunset. As everything is all romantic and wonderful. Hey, when you talk about meeting, for God's sake, talk about parting also. If a relationship begins, you like it or not, it will end. It will not be always wonderful. If you celebrate the 70th birthday, also get ready for quickly death anniversary. Because already you are hitting the goal. Think. The moment you are, hey, it's not that therefore you are expecting that everybody should relationship break, everybody should die. No. But don't take away the awareness of the ending. It will inevitably happen. It is just like I invite you for a house, invite you for the ashram, please come here. Then while telling you, suppose I don't tell you the road condition. So you think, ashram, I'll be driving down 2 hours. Wish, very good. Now, as you are dreaming away, maybe 4-lane highway, now suddenly you come, one particular road is divided into 4 parts. Bigger holes are there, you know. The PhD has got another meaning. In Trinidad, they have that meaning. PhD, pothole dozer. The one who can does the potholes is the top driver, is a PhD. Just think of it. So that road is full of potholes. But when you come and hit it, how do you feel? You curse yourself. God, what type of road? But suppose before you come here, I have told you, hey, as you are coming, there shall be potholes. Suppose you hit one, you don't curse, you smile. This is what Swami was talking about. Suppose before you come here, we have also forewarned you, there shall be national birds. All the mosquitoes here. Now the moment you get swarmed by the mosquitoes, what will you say? He was telling. You won't blame. But suppose you say, don't worry, everything will be fine and wonderful. Then you come there, scorpions, mosquitoes, frogs, lizards, everybody, you know, there's a small Jew inside the room. How do you feel? Prepared. No, please understand. But what happens is in the name of positive thinking, you don't talk about partying, only meeting. In the name of positive thinking, only talk about life, never about death. In the name of positive thinking, you are talking only about the good things and not the so-called uncomfortable things. Dangerous. When you say, apraptasya prapti, to gain something which is not yet gained, the principle is, if it was not there, it will not be there. Therefore, high level of comfort, you go on working for it. When it comes to an end, you are so disappointed. So, apraptasya prapti, to gain something which is not yet gained, will help us to sustain in life, but definitely it will not make us happy in life. Happiness is something, listen carefully, happiness is something which should never ever come to an end. Because if it comes to an end, it will be unhappiness. Do you understand that point? If it ever comes to an end, it will be unhappiness. So happiness means it should be never ending. If it is to be never ending, it should never be created. If it is never to be created, it should be already existing. If it is already existing, you cannot do something to produce it, like 10th man. Okay, like the 10th man. The 10th man is something which is already existing. See now. Now the 10th man is struggling to become the 10th man. Praptasya prapti. He himself already is the 10th man, but he wants to be 10th man. Okay, how do I get something which I have already gained? The things are not yet gained. There are very many ways. I'll give a simple example. You are here in ashram. You are looking at the top of the mountain every day and suddenly you are very curious. You want to go there. You are in ashram. You want to reach the top of the mountain. I beg you to understand this example. The simplest of the example I can give it to you. But please appreciate, friends. You are in ashram. Every day you are looking at that mountain top and there is a distance between here and there and you want to reach there. How many ways you can go there? How many ways? As many people, that many ways. Right? Somebody says, Swamiji, I want to walk. Other fellow says, I want to roll. Somebody says, I want to go with pony. Another person says, on the dolly. Another person says, can somebody carry me? Piggyback. Other person says, helicopter. How many ways? You choose your way. Why? But there is a distance between where you are and where you should be. Are you getting that point, please? Now, you are coming to attend the self-knowledge camp. You reach here at night 12 o'clock. You walk over all the way and you come and stand in, you get into this room also, you get into this campus also. But there is nobody. And you don't know, you want to ask somebody. You have to go to Suddhananda ashram, you have to go to this camp, self-knowledge camp. So you are right inside the campus, you are standing there and you are asking, suppose a person goes by, you are asking, where is this ashram? Now, are you there already or not? You are already in the ashram. It's a place already reached. It's a place already reached. Now, can you reach it? You cannot reach it. Why? Because already reached. So, how many ways you can reach it? Since it is already reached, what is the question of telling how many ways to reach? Are you getting that point? You can't say how many ways to reach. What is the question? To reach. If it is to reach, do you understand that? If it is to be reached, you will have so many ways because there is a distance, no? Since you are already reached, what is that creating the distance? Ignorance. You are already on the spot, but you don't know that you are already on the spot. Ignorance creates the distance. Ignorance, in how many ways ignorance can go? Only one way, knowledge. Are you getting that point? That is why Vedanta study, this is the heart I am giving you. I am giving you, this is the tradition. It's so beautiful. This is handed over. You see it for yourself because you are the tradition, you are the truth. Other roles you are picking up as a human being for some time, a husband role for some time, wife's role for some time, father role for some time, mother role for some time, friend role for some time, student role for some time. Absolute, you are always. That is why you are the tradition. Bhagavan will say in Upanishads, Vedanta krudveda videva chaham. I am the Vedanta krit. I am the one who is the giver of this Vedanta. I am the Vedavid. Veda Vedanta, everything is me. Same language you can say. You are the Vedas, all knowledge. You are the Vedanta, end of all knowledge. You are everything. The whole tradition is around you, every human being, because you are the ultimate secret. Ultimate mystery. You are the book. You are the description. You are the described. You are everything. No individual is superior, inferior to anybody. Please appreciate that point. When you are standing already on the ashram, there is no distance between where you are and where you should be. Still you don't know that you are there. That is the peculiarity of the search. Peculiarity search is, I am the happiness, but I don't know I am happiness. If I look for it, I deny that I am it. If I don't look for it, I don't get it either. You understand the fork? What a mess it is. So standing on the ashram, understand, standing on the ashram, you are looking for the ashram. Ignorance creates the distance. If the ignorance creates the distance, how will you get it? By knowledge. Okay? Listen carefully. This is little technical thing that you may find difficult, but don't worry about it. Yesterday I told, now I will repeat it again very nicely. So you need a means of knowledge. For knowledge, to get the knowledge, you need a means of knowledge. Like, you have to get the knowledge of, listen, all of us have got 5 means of knowledge at our disposal. All human beings, we have got 5 means of knowledge at our disposal. Our skin to touch, our eyes to see, our ears to hear, our tongue to taste, our nose to smell. These are the 5 knowledges also. You have got 5 things in this world and 5 means of knowledge. And it's something which you cannot replace. You can't hear for a change with your nose. You can't see through your ear. You can't hear through your skin. Cannot. These are 5 means of knowledge at your disposal. Please understand. 5 means of knowledge at your disposal. Now, when you are standing on the ashram, please see, when you are standing on the ashram, all the 5 means of knowledge are over. Are you getting that? When you are standing on the ashram, you are touching the place. Right or wrong? You are standing, no? Touching the place. You are hearing the sounds of the place. You are seeing, of course. If you are a curious fellow, you are tasting the ashram leaf also, some tree. And of course the fragrance of the ashram, so many different flowers, you are that also, you are smelling. Even though, please see, even though you are continuously experiencing it, hearing it, touching it, seeing it, tasting it, smelling it, still you don't know this is the place. Like the 10th man. 10th man continuously touching himself, seeing himself, tasting himself, hearing himself, but still he does not know he is the 10th man. So 5 means of knowledge at your disposal now are redundant. So what do you do now? You want to get knowledge, but the 5 means of knowledge at our disposal which are supposed to give us the knowledge, they are now useless. This is where comes Sana, Sabda. Words as a means of knowledge. The words as a means of knowledge. Sound, the Sabda. The words becomes a means of knowledge. And what is a means of knowledge? Listen carefully. What is a means of knowledge? Which reveals the object, does not produce the object. Ears reveal the sound, don't produce the sound. Skin reveals the object, doesn't produce the object. Eyes reveals the form, doesn't produce the form. Nose reveals the smell, doesn't produce the smell. Tongue reveals the taste, doesn't produce the taste. If this is the function of the sense organ, means of knowledge, sound, sabda, words as a means of knowledge does not produce the truth, reveal the truth. Doesn't produce the happiness, reveal the happiness. Really the words can reveal? Yes. How does the 10th man got revealed? The 10th man is searching. Where is this? Where is that? Where is that? Now the teacher says, Tvam dasamosi, you are the 10th man. These words, did it produce the 10th man or reveal the 10th man? Reveal the 10th man. You are standing here. You are standing here and looking for the ashram. The person, if you ask, where is the ashram? What shall you say? You are on the ashram. Do you produce the ashram or reveal the ashram? Sacha. How do you reveal? If you know the ashram, shall you say, you are in the ashram or you shall be in the ashram? If you don't know, what shall you say? Go around the hill. One day you may see the ashram. Yeah, this is known as sending you in trips. Are you getting that point? You are already in the ashram. Please see beauty. You are already on the ashram. But then the person doesn't know. You are looking for it, but the person doesn't know. You are looking for happiness. The person doesn't know what happiness is. What will happen? He will not say, you are happiness. What shall he say? You shall be happy, because he himself is not happiness. Since he himself is not happy, can he say, you are happiness? Because he shall be happy. How? By cheating others, not teaching. Not by teaching, but by cheating. So he keeps everybody going. You shall be happy. When? You have to fulfill certain conditions. Give me a break. For comfort, you have to fulfill a condition. Listen, friends, you must watch out. For your comfort, you have to fulfill conditions, or else you shall never be comfortable. Or in a relative language, if I can use that word happy for frivolously, I can say that. If you have to fulfill certain conditions to be relatively happy, which it means to be comfortable.
And you know how many conditions? 4 conditions. The 4 conditions you required. To get a moment of happiness, 4 conditions you have to fulfill. One is, object of enjoyment should be there, number 1. There is no number 1, 2, 3, anything, any number. But the one thing is requirement. These are the 4 requirements. Object of enjoyment should be there. Number 2, instrument of enjoyment must be ready. Number 3, enjoyer must be in a good mood. Number 4, situation. Usually these 3 things they say, the situation is my situation, my discovery. In discovery, I add it up. Because that's what exactly truth is, That is why if scientific principle you say, this line, that line, you can name it also this man's principle. But in this tradition, to do that is stupid, because everything Ishvara, God's grace, Ishvara, Guru, teacher. Anyway, so 4 conditions apply. To be happy, these 4 conditions you must fulfill. Relatively happy, To be relatively happy, meaning comfortable, you have to fulfill these 4 conditions. Let us say, what gives you happiness? Name one something. Laddu? Chocolate? Okay, take chocolate. It's all right. It's a X factor, It's X. You take whatever you like. Let us say chocolate. Let's say simple example, chocolate. You want to eat chocolate. If you want to enjoy chocolate, first, chocolate must be available, right or no? You are in a big mood to eat chocolate. And your stomach also can digest stone, because it's a very young stomach. It can digest stone. This chocolate is nowhere. It will be made powder in a minute. But the worst part of it, chocolate itself is not available. How do you enjoy? So you will be disappointed or unhappy in life. Okay, now suppose chocolate is available, you are in a big mood, but your report says already too sweet. Diabetic, 400 only sugar. On the scale of 10, you are 8. What shall you say? No, chocolate is not good for me. Chocolate is not good for you? You are not good for? You better watch out. Okay? So you are not good for chocolate. Your body instrument is not ready. Instrument is kaput, gone. Is useless. Instrument is gone, crazy. So instrument is not ready, object is available, your mood is great, but that is not ready. Okay, another thing. Your instrument is ready. It can digest stone. Plenty of chocolate around also. And that is the time you got the telegram or the news from your boss, where you are working, or you are appeared in examination, the result comes, failed, miserably failed. Or your boss says, you are fired. Or your girlfriend or boyfriend phones up and says, you will never see my face again. Sit down and eat chocolate. No, suppose she is a pain and she said, never see my face again. Of course, celebration. But she or he is stupid, very loving, and she said, no, I won't see you again. Ayo. See how situations are. So your mood is gone. Enjoyer is not ready. Can you have a good time? Object is there. Your body is ready. That is why young people are more frustrated. Why? Instrument is always ready. But the moods are always crazy. Suppose object is there, laddu, the chocolate is there, body is ready, you are also in a good mood. Wow! That is the time. Another 4th factor, situation should be okay. Like in your pocket, just an example, in your pocket there is a cigarette. You are a person who can't stop ooh. Let us say, in your pocket now there is a cigarette. And suddenly you get into a mood, because I reminded you of cigarette, now suddenly you get into a mood. It will be so nice, already 45 minutes gone. It will be nice. So you are in a mood. Of course your body can take it, and the cigarette is tickling you from inside the pocket. All the 3 things are ready. Situation is not okay. You are sitting in a classroom. Sometimes you do that. Sunday evening, you are in a big mood. Today, you tell to whomsoever you are living with, hey, tonight we'll have a lovely movie. Early dinner, movie. Movie is ready. Big, home theater is ready. Excellent dinner for two, that also is ready. As you are just sitting down, ding dong, the bell goes. Who comes? Your brother-in-law who never leaves in less than 2 hours. How do you like it? Situation goes crazy. Or you have put the children into sleep and you are just ready to watch it, two of them walk over. Sit down in front of you. What do you do? Just think. Situation is not all right. So suppose it so happens, object is there. You are ready. Your body, instrumental body is ready. Mood is excellent. Situation also is fine. What will happen? One moment of happiness. Listen carefully. Relative happiness, comfort, does not last forever. Why? All the four factors are in the flux of time. The time is pushing it here and there all the time. Either the situation is changing, your body is aging, the things are not available, moods are of course changing. That is why if you depend upon relative happiness, which is comfort, are you getting that? If you depend on relative comfort for your happiness, will you ever be happy in life? Impossible. That is why see distinctly difference between comfort and happiness. And when these comforts, understand, when these four factors come together, object is there, body is okay, mood is all right, situation is okay. When you get into that enjoyment, what happens? Your thoughts, thinker, everything is suspended. You are back to yourself. So when these four relative conditions are fulfilled, it facilitates your being with yourself, the absolute happiness. That is why when you see yourself as a happiness, these relative things no more disturb you. I am happy, you are happy, I am happy. We are happy in the ashram. But we said, having come all the way to the India, why not let's go to one dam or to a temple or some forest? You will say, yes, Swamiji, why not? I said, why not? Let's go. But suddenly as you are going, there is a traffic jam. You have to return. Miserable? No. What is that? The forest can wait. Let's go back home. Happily go, happily come. You understand the principle. If you understand that principle, no force in the world can destroy you. You shall never be unhappy in life. You shall be uncomfortable, but not unhappy. Are you getting that point, please? Please take that. And to be uncomfortable is not a crime. Say you are uncomfortable. Oh, he is complaining he is uncomfortable. I have not paid money to be uncomfortable. I demand my comfort. Why? Because I paid for it. Happiness, you don't worry. I am happily uncomfortable. But I don't pay to be uncomfortable. Are you getting that point, please? You become such a practical person in the world. I have paid to be comfortable, not to be uncomfortable. But if you complain, what shall they say? How can you be a religious man and complain? So religious people should not complain. Huh? Are you nuts or what? Please, you must see these things. Because wrong ideas destroy you. You have a right to be uncomfortable. Because you like it or not, you shall feel uncomfortable. How? You are walking down the street, suddenly hailstone comes. What shall you do? Can you say very comfortable? Why? I'm happiness, absolute. You must be nuts. I am always happy, but physically uncomfortable. I am always happy, not physically comfortable. When I go to people's house, after the food, usually, naturally, everybody asks the question, Swamiji, how was the food? I said, best in the world. So now everybody says, Swamiji, whether it is good or bad, you will say it is best in the world. I said, of course the best in the world. Why? Because I am always happy. You have given me some food. The hunger is not very comfortable. Any food that takes away hunger is excellent. Best in the world. Why? That is available. Bas. No other question. Suppose I say, oh, it's useless. What will happen? Idli I will not enjoy. The Italian dinner doesn't come. What is the idea? No, do you understand the point? If you can afford a 5-star dinner, grab it. Can't afford, so what? You understand? No force in the world can affect you. You are happy to be in this body, living well. Now the body is dying. What can you do? Can you do anything? You can't do anything. You can't do something, treat it. Treat it. It's not going to be treatable. It is going to die. Let it go. Tell him bye-bye. Why? Best company. Your body is your best companion. No other body can give you that much of companionship as your body gives to you. Do you understand the point? Your body is your biggest, best, most natural companion. Another body is for temporary companionship. Try to somebody, drag the fellow, try to somebody, keep him or keep her always with you. That fellow will feel suffocated, you will feel suffocated. Just hang around one person all the time. Even if you love the fellow, if you hang around too much, you will hate the fellow. It doesn't work. That is why people these days say, no, give me my space, right? Leave me some space. Yes, you need some space. These are situations. But what happens? People have funny notions. If somebody doesn't want me, that means he hates me. No, he doesn't want you for some time because he wants to really love you. So when somebody doesn't want you, say bye-bye and disappear behind the wall. You don't feel neglected. Please. You don't have to explain anything. You understand? Very nicely, somebody has written me a note yesterday in the email, the explanation. He said, never, it's a quotation from somewhere, never explain anything. Why? If it is your friend, they don't need it. If they are your enemies, they will not believe it. Reading that. You want to explain something to somebody? If they are your friends, they don't need it, because they understand you. And if they are your enemies, you can give up your life. They will never ever believe it, because they want to believe the other side. What do? Are you that confident with yourself? Think of it. Anyway, friends, please, 4 factors that shall never stay together. Conditions apply to be relatively happy. To be absolutely happy, what are the conditions? Unconditional. Why are you happy? I'm the happiness itself. What to do? Please appreciate. Now, that's something you are already. So the teacher should say, you are happiness or you shall be happy? You are happiness. But this person says, you shall be happy, and also demands conditions to be fulfilled. Why? Himself is a conditioned entity. Pathetic people talking about happiness. That is why happiness has become an industry. Like many people don't drink alcohol, but they make a business out of alcohol. The top person who sells small cars himself drives the biggest car. But he shall pitch for the small car. Like you have seen that managing director of top companies, scooter company will be standing there. This is the vehicle. Have you seen him going on that vehicle anytime? These top, cricket people, football people, those who are advertising for a soap or some, something, for your consumption, because you are such idiots, we shall use what he uses. Like yesterday somebody sent me a nice email. Sardarji was asked, what brand soap you use? Baba soap. What is the oil? Baba oil. What is the toothpaste? Baba toothpaste. Then this fellow said, man, I have never heard that brand. Is it an international brand? He said, no, My roommate's name is Baba. Okay? All right. So, coming to that, one day there was a Sardarji in an audience. Okay? And then the speaker who was talking, he saw the Sardar there, you see the topi, thing. So naturally, he was very nice. And he changed the joke to Bihari. Instead of Sardarji, he told Bihari, or some like Malayali, like Nabudri, he changed the joke. But Sardarji knows it was some Sardar joke. So he comes after the class and says, Sardarji mar gaye kya? It means, do you mean to say that Sardarji are dead? That you are putting up only Bihari's name? Anyway, so Mahadeva. So these are the type of branding. The person who advertises for a particular brand, he never uses it. So like that, the person who is talking about happiness makes big money out of it, but himself is always miserable. That is why it is so unfortunate. You don't make a business out of happiness. I can sell you things which you don't have. How do you feel? How do I feel if you pluck flowers from our garden and sell it to us? You say, Swamiji, I have brought some flower for the temple. You have plucked everything from our garden and given it to me. How will I feel? Okay, I go to your house, you have a beautiful vegetable garden, I pluck all your vegetables, and I say, fresh vegetable from the garden, take it, $10. Now when you discover it is from your garden, how do you feel? How do you feel? Selling you happiness is exactly like that. It's yours. How can I sell it to you? When you discover it, you understand? Then you say, Lord, I felt cheated in life. Everywhere I've gone, cheated. Yes, you feel cheated. When you understand things in life, you feel, wow, oh my God, what a relief. What a relief. The only trouble is, if you are money-making business, cheat, you can make money. If you are honest, nobody will give you, because people like to be cheated to part. They will not give you just like that. But you give the best knowledge and say you give whatever you want to give, nothing will come. You cheat them, of course, millions will come. That is human beings also. That's another dimension. Forget it. Come. So when the teacher comes to the student, and the student is saying, or suppose the person is asking, where is the ashram? You can't say, you shall be. You shall say, you are. Okay. These words reveal the truth. Okay. How these words reveal the truth? I'll explain it to you. Please see. This is known as in Sanskrit, pramana vyavahara. Usage of the pramana, usage of the means of knowledge. How do you use a means of knowledge? Okay? Very simple, huh? Look at it. Please now look at me. This is a flower. Okay? You are going to get the knowledge of the flower. Okay? You are going to get the knowledge of the flower. Now, flower is a form, flower has a color. So, which means of knowledge you should use? Huh? Which means of knowledge you should use? Eyes. Why? Appropriate means of knowledge. Appropriate means of knowledge. There is a means of knowledge. But if you want to see, you must use your eyes. If you want to hear, you must use your ears. Okay? Knowledge. Now, to get this knowledge, to get the knowledge of the flower, should you use the means of knowledge or you should do something? Since you want to see the flower, shall you go around the hill for walking? Karma. Jnana and karma, see the difference. If you want to see the flower, should you see it or go around the world? You should see it. If you want to see the flower, jnana, if you want to get the knowledge of the flower, should you see it or should you sit down closing your eyes for 1 hour? You should see it. If you want to get this knowledge, shall you swim? Shall you climb? Shall you jump, run, fly, fast, deny, indulge? None of these things are required. Why? Jnana is opposed to karma. Knowledge is totally opposed to action. Are you getting that? Action is for reaching relative ends. And that time jnana will not help you. Suppose you know Himalaya is far away, will you reach? Walk. That is why knowledge has its place, action has its place. Do not confuse. Do you understand the point, please? Knowledge has its place. That is why two things they say. It's a very technical thing, but you don't worry about it. I am making it very simple. Two things. Jnana, in English, Sanskrit I'll tell it out, but English, I'll explain it in English. Jnana, vastu tantra. Karma, purusha tantra. Knowledge is dependent on objects. Action is dependent upon person. You can take that in English. Jnana, vastu tantra. Knowledge is dependent upon the object. Karma, purusha tantra. Karma is dependent upon the person. Please see the difference. Since knowledge is dependent upon the object, listen carefully. Since the knowledge is dependent upon the object, you have to know it exactly as it is, not as you like. The knowledge is dependent upon the object. You should know the object as it is, not as you should like. Are you getting that point, please? This is a hibiscus. You should know it as a hibiscus. You can't say, no, I can know it as a hibiscus, I can know it as an elephant, I can know it as a tree also. If it is a hibiscus, it is hibiscus. For whom? For a thief, for a sage, for a god, for a dog, for a monkey, for anything. It is the object is object. Are you getting that? Object is object for everybody. Jnana. Whereas karma, purusha tantra. Karma is where there is a distance between where you are and where you want to be. Where? You want to go to mountain top. It depends on whom? You. Action is dependent on the person. That is why you can do kartum sakyam, you can do akartum sakyam, you need not do, or anyathava kartum sakyam, you do as you want to do. Eating as something, eating is your choice. You can eat rice, you need not eat the rice, or you can eat something else, because eating is your choice. That is a karma. Are you getting that point? Eating is a karma. Walking is a karma. You can walk fast, you can slow, right. But seeing an object is not a karma, is not something you, if you want to get the knowledge of this something, you can't say, I can know it as a flower, I need not know it as a flower, or I can know it as a fruit. Can you say? It should be known exactly as it. That is why jnana. Jnana is uncompromising. As even karma also is uncompromising. Because when there is a karma needed, your theorization will not help. You want to be sculpting out your body, you work 5 hours a day. You can't say, every day I see the aerobic exercises on TV. So by the time I come out, my body is... Understand? That you have to do. No choice. Think. Karma is your choice. Jnana, no choice. You have to see it as it is. Okay? Now, you have to know about yourself. How shall you know? Can you say, I can know about myself, I have to know about myself as happiness, I need not know myself as happiness, I can know myself as something else? No choice. You have to know yourself. Are you getting that point? You have to know yourself as happiness itself. Are you getting that point? And to know, what should you do? Now come back. To know the flower, appropriate means of knowledge. What is the appropriate means of knowledge? Eyes are the appropriate means of knowledge. Are you getting that? Eyes are the appropriate means of knowledge. With your eyes, you will see the object. Okay? Appropriate means of knowledge. Now, 10th man, to know the 10th man, what is the means of knowledge we saw? Sabda. Words are the means of knowledge. Listen carefully. If Sabda is the means of knowledge to take place, 3 things should be there. Write down. 3 things are required for the knowledge to take place. Object of knowledge must be there, number 1. Means of knowledge must be there, number 2. And number 3, the knower must be ready. Mind must be ready. Now you are getting into, okay, just see that. These are the 3 things. For a knowledge to take place, object of knowledge is there, means of knowledge must be there, and the knower must be ready. Your mind must be ready. Right or wrong? Is it a philosophy or your experience? Always you are using it unconsciously. Think of it. Okay? Now please see. Now you are going to get the knowledge of the flower. Okay? First, if you want to get the knowledge of the flower must be ready. Flower must be there. Object of knowledge. If you want to get the knowledge of the flower must be there. Right or wrong? The flower must be there. Okay. And what is the means of knowledge? Your eyes. Your eyes must be in a good shape. Right? Suppose you see two flowers. One fellow went to eye doctor. And he said, "Doctor, I have a problem." "What is the problem?" "I see two things." Then the doctor asked, "Which one of you?" Okay, all right. Oh, these jokes are crazy, I tell you. Anyway, look at this eye. Okay, so here is the flower. Okay, this eye, the object of knowledge is there. And what is the means of knowledge? Your eyes must be ready. Okay, and also your mind, the knower, mind must be behind the eyes. Okay. Now suppose knower is ready, eyes are ready, flower is not there. Can you get the knowledge of flower? Can you? Say no. Okay. So the flower is there, you are ready, your eyes are closed or cataract. Will you get it? No. Suppose object, flower is there, your eyes are ready, mind is somewhere. Will you get it? Can you get it? You cannot. But suppose flower is, your eyes are, and mind also behind it. Can you escape the knowledge of the flower? Try to escape. Please, eyes, the flower is, you are looking at it and don't see the flower. Look at it with your mind behind it and escape the flower. Can you escape? Huh? Can you? Nobody can. All right. Listen carefully. Understand the principle how the knowledge takes place. This is why this thinking is not something on God stuff. This is a subject. The subject should be philosophy, it should be teaching in universities. You understand? Around the world people should see that. This is no God stuff here. Theory of perception, how you see, how you think, who you are. These are not religious stuff in the ordinary sense of the term, but part of a huge tradition. Bas. See the beauty of it. Remember these 3. Very important. We will come next one now. So for the flower to be seen, flower must be there, object of knowledge, means of knowledge, and the knower. All the 3 must be there. Are you getting that point, please? Clear? Okay. Now come to self-knowledge. Okay, now come to self-knowledge. In self-knowledge, same thing. If you want to get the knowledge of yourself, 3 things should be there. The object of knowledge must be available. And what is the object of knowledge? In self-knowledge, what is the object of knowledge? Huh? Yourself. So is it object of knowledge or the subject? Are you getting that? Yourself, is it object of knowledge or subject? It is a subject that is knowledge. Are you getting that point? Just but play on the word, but see, that subject, that knowledge, that yourself must be there. Okay? Means of knowledge must be available. What is the means of knowledge? What is the means of knowledge for self-knowledge? Why? To gain something which is already gained, you need knowledge. Words are the means of knowledge. So for the get the knowledge of yourself, what is the pramana, what is the appropriate means of knowledge? Sound, sabda. So sabda must be there. Sabda means teacher, appropriate, one who knows the subject. Listen carefully. Next, where the knowledge must take place? In teacher's head or in your head? On your head. So your mind must be ready. So three things now. Are you getting that point, please? Subject. You are the subject, teacher is subject. Both are there. The teacher is using the word because he knows himself. In his mind it is clear. Now he wants to transmit it to your mind. So your mind must be ready to receive which is already existing. You understand that? Ishvara. Please see what a blessing it is. Understand? The subject or the object of knowledge is always there. There will be a time when the maybe flower may not be there. But can there be a time when you are not there? I am not there? Huh? Are you getting that point? You are always there, I am always there. Okay? Now the teacher is the one, means of knowledge. He is the teacher, he is the sound. He uses the words. Why? His words do not come from mouth. His words come from the absolute. That is the person who is teacher. One who knows what he teaches. Aware of himself. Are you getting that point, please? So his words are not words. That words are always revealing because he clearly sees what it is. Listen carefully. So the words now come from the teacher. Please. Now, the student must be ready. The mind must be ready. Because knowledge, where shall the knowledge take place? On your toes. Huh? Mind. Okay. You must be ready inside. Listen. Now suppose, as I told you, suppose subject is there. The mind is ready, student's mind is ready. The teacher does not know what he teaches. Will you get the knowledge? Cannot. Subject is there. Teacher is wonderful. The student is not ready. Will the knowledge take place? Recognition will not take place. But there is no question of telling subject is not there, but subject will be always there. We have self-knowledge, subject is never absent. So the defect can be either at the two places, either at the place of the teacher or on the part of the student. If it is on the part of the student, no problem. Why? Because that is how the student is supposed to be. He is ignorant, not yet ready. So in the process, you make him ready. This is why teaching. In the process of teaching, are you getting that? In the process of teaching, you make him ready. That is why adhikari, we shall see in the book. Who is the one is qualified? What type of mind? So your mind must be made ready. So if the truth is always there, the teacher knows, but the student is not ready, no problem. Why? The student can be made ready and the knowledge can be handed over. But suppose the knowledge is always there, the students are matured, very sincere, the teacher is goofed up, which happens pathetically around the world. The teacher doesn't know. Then what happens? All the students are destroyed because all of them are imagining blue light, green light, yellow light, red light, sensations of various kinds. Are you getting that? Sensation of various kinds. And waiting for the afterlife, after death, or somebody to come in and put some noise inside the brain. or some tickling sound in the stomach. Some nonsense. Because people are waiting for Godo, waiting for God, waiting for the truth. Can you wait for the truth, or truth is waiting for you? Come on. Truth is waiting for you because you are the truth. It needs to be recognized. That is why the teachers go wrong. If the teachers go wrong, thousands of groups, thousands of followers, sincere students, that is what really bothers me is that in the world. When you go all over the world, see people, sincere students, asking sincere question, the teacher making frivolous remarks, doesn't understand anything. I don't want to name the place. I went to a place. Oh my God. If I remember this, I get a headache. And in my life, I never got a headache. God's grace, happy boy, no headache so far. There's nothing. Once, I'm not telling you a joke, I went to a particular place. The man has cult following, hundreds and hundreds of people. When I saw these people, I couldn't believe it. Miserable. And they have been brainwashed to clap for nothing, laugh with nothing. Jokes are silliest joke. There is no joke in that. But whatever the nonsense the fellow says, everybody, hey, that type of, unintelligent, poor PJ, poor jokes, poor joke, stupid. Now these people are asking some sincere questions. I happened to be that day there, and the person made me sit down there also, and then they are asking questions. Beautiful questions asking. This man, smartly avoiding everything. Not that he knows he is smartly avoiding. He doesn't know anything. So he's simply making a joke out of nonsense. Suppose somebody is asking him, how do you think I shall know the truth? But why should you know the truth? You are the truth. That one-liner. You can't believe the people with such sincerity asking a question, no explanation, nothing. I got a headache, believe me. Because in my head, answers are passing, shh, and here it is blocked. After some time, he asked me, Swamiji, why don't you answer a few questions? I said, thank you, please, you answer. Shall I answer a question there? If I open my mouth, the fellow will be destroyed. Am I there to destroy these people? I walked out, thank you. You please continue, very nice, wonderful students, you are teaching nicely. I walked out. What to do there? I'm not telling you joke, friends. Please see that point. There is no more a person anymore. You are a right means of knowledge. You are a teacher. If your eyes are means of knowledge, if your eyes are cataract, mind is ready, flower is ready, your eyes are cataract. What shall you get? Nothing. You are ready, truth is in you, you are the truth. The teacher is wrong. You can be put into lifetime strips. That is why people say, I have been reading for 30 years, 40 years, nothing has happened. Nothing will happen. You can go for 300 million years also, nothing will happen. Why? Teacher is goofy. Understand? If the student is not ready, excellent, no problem. Why? Because that is supposed to be. He is ignorant. He doesn't know anything. Even if he doesn't know anything, he may be too proud, oh, I know everything. Hey, you can just hit him on his head, don't worry. And with the love, when you hit, everybody takes it. For other person's sake, when you do it, everybody takes it. Think of it. The student has got the right to be stupid because he is ignorant. Hundreds of students will listen. One person will get it. Whoever is ready will get it. The other person who is not ready, he will be ready and he will get it. He is already there. That is his nature. But if the teacher is gone, finished. Just like, there was a milkman. He takes milk everywhere. In India, you get it. Milk people go and, door delivery. They pour it and come. So one day, the next day when the milkman goes to the house, the lady of the house comes out and shouts, what type of milk you have given? Yesterday I wanted to boil it for my coffee. Everything cheese. Spoiled milk. What type of milk you have given? He said, Ma, wait. He goes to the next house. That lady also had come out. Mother, I gave you milk yesterday. How was that? Good. He doesn't have to go to third house. He comes back and says, see, if the milk is bad, it should have been spoiled in not only your house, his house also. But in that house it is good. What does it mean? The pot in which you boiled is bad. Rasam pot. You had boiled some rasam or something, something sour. We put in the milk, so milk got spoiled. If the milk is bad, it will be spoiling in all houses. If the pot is bad, in your house. The teacher is the milk. Is bad milk, all the students are spoiled. If the teacher is right, at least one student will get it. Whoever is ready will get it, and whoever is not ready will prepare himself and get it. Nobody hopeless case. Why are you not a hopeless case? Because you are the hope. You are the truth. You are the happiness. How can you be hopeless? Now somebody prepared, now somebody is not prepared. The only difference is between that. Only difference is somebody prepared and somebody is not prepared. How do I know I am prepared? Go into the book. We'll see that. Okay? What type of mind I have? How shall I be prepared? Please understand. And when as I told you, when the flower is, eyes are open, mind is behind, can you escape the knowledge? You cannot. If the flower is not, can't. Eyes are wrong, can't. Mind is not ready, can't. But flower is, eyes are ready, you are ready. Can you escape the knowledge? You are the truth, already existing. Your mind is ready, teacher is fine. Can you escape the knowledge? You can't. Instantaneous. Suppose teacher is ready, knowledge is ready, you are not ready, not takes place. You are ready, truth is already existing. The teacher goofs up, you will never get it. That is why Guru, that word Guru is not a teacher. Guru means Gukaro Andhakara Rukaro tan Nivartakaha. Andhakara Nivartakatvat Guru iti avidhiyate. Gu stands for darkness. Ru stands for the dispeller, or whatever you get. One who dispels the darkness. So one who dispels the darkness of ignorance is Guru. One who adds to ignorance, can you say Guru? Goru. Guru means cow. Go, not gu, not u, o. Okay? Go. Understand? No. Jokes apart, friends. You cannot escape this knowledge. That is why, how long the 10th man will take to understand his 10th man? Can the 10th man say, now the teacher has told you are the 10th man, I have to go and contemplate. You understand? You are standing on the road and you are asking, standing in the ashram asking, sir, where is the Suddhananda ashram? You are in the ashram. Thank you for the Upadesh, instruction. Now I have to go and meditate on that idea. Do you understand what I am talking, sir? Do you really understand? Instant. You are being with yourself. You can't escape this knowledge. But what happens is, again, we have been so well brainwashed, even if you understand it, what happens? The moment when you are told this, you will instantaneously gain it. Listen carefully. But what happens is, because of the habit, you not knowing how to go back there, suddenly a thought may comes up. Then you may feel little difficult, but you no more say you don't know. You can't say, I know it, but you can't say, I don't know it either. That stage will be there for some time. But you are so nice, and you have been brainwashed to say, if you say you know it, you are very proud. Therefore, did you understand? No, you are supposed to say you don't know it. That is the biggest crime again. I know. What's the big deal? No, people are doing it hundreds of years. They did not know. Just one class, how can you say you know? They were dummies. I am smart. Can you say that? Yes. You look at your children nowadays. What you did not know when you are 40, they know when they are 14. Right or wrong? Everything is changing. Look, everything is changing. Why only the self-knowledge should be difficult? You think. Previously, my father's generation, by chance they want to go to London, 6 months in that ship. In that fancy place, you have to be inside the river or the ocean. For 6 months, you have to travel. Can you say now, you want to go to London? Yes, I want to go the way the ancestors went. Anybody? 6 months in that fancy boat? No. When you are cultivating land with 1 pair of cows, 1 acre, 2 acre, 20 days. Ooh. Now in that heavy duty tractor, 20 acres in 1 hour. Finish. Shall you say, no, I'll do it unseen method. Previously when you go for the cataract, how long it was taking? 2 weeks you have to stay there. And with a Long John Silver, with all these pirate eye cap. Standing there, and don't bend down this way, don't take this way, don't this way, don't that way, don't that way. Oh my God, what all nonsense. Today when you go for the cataract surgery, in 2 minutes, go. Right? 2 minutes, can you say, no, I want the way my parents were done. What you studied when you were 10th standard, 12th standard, today students are starting at 5th standard. Algebra, trigonometry, because generation is becoming more and more intelligent. So no, that man took 20 years, that man took 200 years. Because what to do, the times were not okay, the people are not intelligent. Now you are smart, intelligent. When you say show it, they grab it. Can you miss it? So stories are relevant to that time. The stories are irrelevant now. So don't compare yourself with another paradigm. That was a different country, different time. Now people are intelligent, they can grasp it just like that. That is why it's not now. Those who are prepared, those days, they say, how long does it take this knowledge? Janaka asked his teacher. Rama asked his teacher, Vasishtha, how long does it take to take this, for this knowledge to take place? And he said, bring a lotus. Rama brought a lotus. Bring a needle. Pierce it. Poof. Then he said, open up the petals, 108 petals. Opened it. He said, do you see there is a hole in every petal? He said, yes. How long does it take to have that hole in a single petal? You just did it, no? How does it take for a hole to be in a single petal? Meaning timeless, instantaneous. Yourself, you can't escape. Being yourself is not difficult. Listen carefully. What is difficulty is because we have lost ourselves in the roles for such a long time, to get out of that habitual losing ourselves takes time. What takes time is not being yourself. What takes time is to extricate yourself from the habitual loss of your identity. It's by habit. The moment the thought comes, boom, you go into the thought. That is why, understand, please, I am asking you from the day one. Now you understand why. Whether it is good, bad, useless, just observe your mind. Don't worry. The more you are doing it, the more you will catch it. Because you shall know which thought to identify with, which thought not to identify with. You are doing it. All of us are doing it every day. Every moment we are doing it. Can you believe it? Everything that you speak, you think over, right? Think. Everything that you speak, that thought has come in your mind, right or wrong? But everything that you think, do you speak? Come on. Everything that you think, do you speak? Everything that you think, do you do? Anything that you do, you have thought over. Thought over means that thought has come. But every thought, do you translate into action? People do unconscious action. One day, just an example, all of you look at your life, don't look at others. I was walking down, in front of me one youngster is going down in the garden. And what he did? There is a nice tree. Some people when they go through, they take the little branch and take the whole leaf in their hand. Then, and go. So this fellow was going, He cut that thing, whole, all the leaf from the neem leaf. Take the neem leaf and went. So I was going behind him. I went there. I pulled his hair and walked in front of him. You know. Then he looked at it, and of course he is Swamiji. I am doing it. So what can he say? I said, okay, how do you feel? What, Swamiji? You are always joking, you know. I said, no. Do you feel? How do you feel? Suppose somebody else should have done it, what would have done? Huh? How can I say? They should not do it. Then why did you do that for the tree? What was it? You are supposed to walk. Why have you to carry that habit? For what? Does he know he is doing it? Movements of the hands, legs, speech, nobody knows. After doing, that is why you leisurely repent. I should not have done. Yes, by the time you should not have done, it's already done. When you are a conscious entity, you know what you are doing. Every moment you are conscious. Then this habitual losing yourself in the role will cease to exist. Now you shall play the role. You will not lose yourself in the role. Are you getting that point, please? Now you shall play the role. To be a wise man does not mean discarding all roles. I'm the holy man. I'm no more a husband. Some people do that. Swamiji, I want to join ashram. Okay, what about your wife? No, I am holy. You get lost. Bring the lady and come. Other day somebody wrote me a letter. Swamiji, now I want to be, I'm not telling you, it's a fact. The person is living with a man or woman. You don't worry about who is he or she. And they've been living for last 10 years and everything. They are living together and everything. Suddenly this person writes me, I want to join. I want to become a sannyasi. I say, very good. What about your partner? The person with whom you are living. Did you ask your father? Did you ask your mother? No. Why? No, these are laukika. Laukika means worldly. I said, no. You better fix your worldly thing before you come here. Don't worry. It does not mean you give up your all these things. How can you give up? Understand, friend, this type of encouragement where the person is supposed to throw out everything to come is a waste. A monkey, there are few monkeys. Have you seen monkeys playing? You have not seen? Go to Ramana Ashram, you shall see. There are a lot of monkeys there. Our monkeys, we drove them away. Where they are eating everything up, and bad boys. Anyway, so the monkeys, they were jumping on the water, playing. Suddenly, they lined up and sitting by the side of the thing. There are fish in the water. So the monk is a story. The monkeys thought the fish is drowning. So they were very kind monkeys. They monkeys. So this they were standing by the side of these compassionate monkeys. So they were standing there, and they are taking away every fish and putting it in the ground. Because the fish are drowning, So take the fish out. Take the fish out. Now, what will happen? The fish is not drowning in the water. The fish lives in water. If you take the out of water, what will happen? The person is not dying in samsara, dying in the world. He is living in the world. If you take him out of it, you are killing him. The person must be there. And when you come away here, is it a world or outside the world? Ashram is also world. So you come to ashram and develop relationship. Right? I get attracted. Previously, if you are attracted with your man or woman, you are samsari. Now you get attracted to another Swami or Swamini, Brahmachari or Brahmacharini, then you are all holy. Does it mean anything? It's nonsense. Same thing goes on everywhere. Appreciate. So don't be too critical either. Human things, it happens. Please, the world, you can't dismiss your roles. Because you are yourself, you don't dismiss or dump your roles. You know how to play your roles. Where? Anywhere. Anywhere. Whichever thing you can do best. There are certain roles I can play well, I do that. Certain things I cannot do. You do. You do. Other day one fellow asked me, Swamiji, are you going to start some orphanage? Are you going to start a blind school? I said, look, I am teaching, that's good enough. I can do this best. teaching this knowledge or other knowledge in schools. I don't mind it. Because you are on the stage, you are dancing, can somebody say, since you are already on the stage, play little instrument also and come? What nonsense. Why don't you do it? Why are you advising me to do it? I am doing something, so don't advise me to do something else. You are not doing anything, so do something. Or else you'll take the credit. I only told Swamiji to start the blind school. That is your credit, right? What a waste. Do something. You be happy with yourself, play your role. Then take every role you like. Okay? So please see, in this knowledge, in the praptasya prapti, gaining something which is already gained, subject is already there, yourself. Ignorance creates a distance. Knowledge must be gained. For the knowledge you need a means of knowledge. And the means of knowledge in self-knowledge is sabda, the sound, the teaching. So the teacher and the teaching become the means of knowledge. Knowledge must take place in the mind. When the subject, the object is, the subject or object is, sense organs, means of knowledge ready, means of knowledge there available, mind where the knowledge must take place is ready. If all the three things together, nobody can escape knowledge. But if either of the three is absent, knowledge will not take place. Suppose you are there, you are the truth, not suppose, you are always there. The teacher is okay, the student is not ready, knowledge will not take place. The student is ready, truth is already there. He will be very peaceful student because he is ready. You shall see that. He is ready, so he will be a very peaceful person. But what happens is, to be peaceful is different from to be wise. If previously you are disturbed, now that you are peaceful, you will not be wise. You are quite ignorant. Because you are a nice person, understand. That is why many students will be matured, quiet, quieter than the teachers. Sometimes the monkeys are teachers, understand, more disturbed, more restless. The students are high quality students. So the students are quiet. So the students gives credit to the teacher. The teacher is a discredit for the students. So the student is ready, he will be quiet. But then he is stuck on a teacher, what to do? He doesn't know what else to do. He will be quiet, but he will not be wise. There's a difference between being quiet and being wise. When you are quiet, your conditions apply. You can't take other many things in life. You will have divisions, black and white, good and bad, right and wrong, vice and virtue. So yours will be a painful life of only particular way you have to live. There will be no other side. Whereas in case like this Hamletian conflict, to be or not to be. In case of wisdom, it is not to be or not to be and not to be. You are complete 360-degree picture for you. So the person who is the student is not ready, he can be made ready. If the teacher is goofy, taking for granted here now that you are convinced that this knowledge I must take place. The student teacher seems to be logical, very exciting, wonderful, leads everything myself. Do I understand it? Excellent. Suppose I see it clearly, now I see it, but it's not very strong. That means your mind has to be made a little more ready. I understand, but it doesn't, okay, your mind must be ready. Therefore, what type of student is required for understanding this truth? The book will begin, and whatever teacher should be available, the teacher who knows it without any doubt and error. We shall see the teacher's thing. Now see, just read it, we shall see in the afternoon. Okay? Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunamitarthaya Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikarinam moksha sadhana bhutam tattva viveka prakaram vakshyamaha. Okay, we'll see that Sanskrit and word. We shall say, now I will tell you, we shall now talk about, after prostrating to God, Guru, in the first verse, we shall see what type of adhikari, who is qualified to get into this knowledge. Okay? Now, before that, today whatever we are told, please think over it well. Praptasya prapti, apraptasya prapti, pramana. Just think over and see that as time passes, more and more of it will describe it. Please think over it well a little. First go back and relax. There's so much of thing inside. Suddenly don't go back and sit down, because allow yourself, just play out a little. Let the assimilation takes place by itself, ideas. Then you go relax a little. Then start, sit down, think over it. Just go and sleep also is good, but don't talk to each other. Relax. Allow the mind to assimilate everything. Then think over it. Then write it down. Okay? Please close your eyes. We'll see at 3:30. Close your eyes.